Alright. Well, this is gonna be a fun stream to talk about. It's gonna be a very fun stream to talk about. Oh boy, you guys have no idea how terrible this looks. So, yeah. Anyways, I gotta show you guys something. This is something that I just was not. This is something I can only. Yo, what's up, Zaga and Oreo? How you doing? How you doing, man? It's good to see you. Very good to see you. Glad you're the first person here. I'm going to go into explanation about this thing here. Um, this is what an attempted scalping looks like. This is what an attempted scalping looks like on many a level. Yeah. Oh, you're doing bad recently? I'm sorry. What's going on with that? Come on, tell Uncle Thomas Santa One what's going on. Yeah, and here's what makes me laugh about this is the fact that there's nothing missing from the box. There's nothing missing from the box. And yet they tried so hard. They literally ripped off the screen to this box here. They ripped that off and let me oh it gets worse. They undid this tape and then retaped it back again like 3 or 4 different times. It gets even worse. You look underneath it, someone tried to do the pull method. Oh, your dog ran away and your mom keeps blaming me for no reason and my mental health thing. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry about that, man. I'm really sorry you're having problems with that. I'm really sorry about that, but anyways, let's get into this like attempted like very terribly attempted scalping. So, are you sure? But oh my goodness. Like seriously, there's nothing missing from the box, but I can tell you right now, for effect, Optimus Prime does not come with string attached. Optimus Prime does not come with strings attached to the back of the packaging. And I don't even know what happened here. I really don't. I really don't know what happened here. I'm gonna assume there was another part to the axe, but there's... What happened? I want to assume that maybe his arm was stuck here or something like that. And by the way, when I got this guy, this arm was floating around freely in the package. Not to mention, the Matrix of Leadership was missing in the package as well. I only found it and put it back on him after I noticed that. But take note, this person, the person who tried to scalp this thing, firstly, you failed dramatically. And secondly, of all the figures you would want to scalp, why this one? Why? Sweet Jesus, poor Optimus, I agree. I can imagine the amounts of danger of what that poor Optimus figure is on. Oh, dude. Here's the thing that makes me laugh about this. It's string. It's a literal string holding this up. And for the record, for those of you who do not know, I literally just unboxed, within like the last live stream, I unboxed this guy, who is a more modern figure of this. Yo, what's going on, the new Reaper? How you doing? I'm doing just fine. But I literally unboxed this guy not too long ago, and we had plastic ties, we had all the stuff that was necessary for that. This? Who the... Like, seriously, this is literal string. Like, I'm gonna pull this out here. This is literal string. Transformers have never ever come with string like this. And especially not in a more modern figure and or packaging like this. So I can tell you for a fact, this was nearly scalped. So, and the only reason I picked it up was because, number one, Target was willing to let me take it for half off. So, I mean, half off of a semi-brand new figure, I can't complain there. And from what I could tell, I can't see anything wrong with it. Like, that's why I picked it up, because I genuinely cannot find anything wrong with this guy. Like, seriously, there's nothing wrong with him, to my knowledge, and, like, everything looks to be perfectly okay with the legs, everything looks to be perfectly fine with the, here we go. Oh, no, just gotta rotate the arm, just gotta rotate it back around. And this, yes, this was an annoying thing that happened with everything in that nature, but again, I don't see anything wrong. Okay, so there's one piece of the axe hilts. There's the rest of the axe hilts, and here's his gun, which unfortunately, actually maybe there is a way I can have him hold his gun. Perhaps there is a way. So you're saying there's a way. But the way that they want you to do it is they want you to have it like this, as per the video game, which I think is ridiculous. So, yeah, I got it for half off. If I had a message for Hasbro, those cheap ass strings ain't gonna save any figure. That wasn't Hasbro. That was a scalper. That was an attempted scalper, Zaga. The only reason why I say that is because I know that this figure comes with plastic straps in the original packaging. There's no way Hasbro is going to send a brand new figure. Take note, a brand new figure that's still coming with this tissue paper, which, by the way, is just the biggest carnal sin anybody can have against a figure. But, but you have the tissue paper. The person literally, I can't even, I can't even with the scalper who attempted this. So, and there we go. So that's the only thing I can use that for, is to strengthen up that port a little bit better. So, yeah, there is that, and from what I can tell, there's nothing missing. So, my thing is was this a return and somebody did this? Or was this a attempted scalping, somebody ripped open the packaging and was like, you know what, I don't want this, I don't need this anymore, and then they just were like, you know what, we'll get rid of that, it's no big deal. So, yeah. Scalpers in Indonesia are worse, because what do you mean that Studio Series Devastation Bumblebee is 1,000,000 ruples? Yeah, it's a ridiculous one. I'm not joking. But seriously, the axe still does the same things, so, and it actually is painted better, so that much I can tell you. I genuinely can't figure anything else out with with this figure, because there's nothing wrong with it. Like, I genuinely see nothing wrong with this figure. I mean, this is the axe that everybody wanted. They wanted it more painted because the Energon deco that they gave it in the beginning was just trash. And then there's the rest of it. So I think, honestly, if you are going to go for a Studio Series Gamer Edition Optimus Prime, this ain't a bad one to go for. So definitely a worthwhile pickup for sure. So I'm not going to complain about that. Not going to complain about that. So there's that, and then I know this is supposed to fold inward like that, but I also know, isn't there supposed to be like a port for this somewhere? I genuinely don't know. It's not going to be fitting back there, but that's going to drive me nuts on every level. But yeah, so can't even get shit in here anymore. Makes you think I'm thrilled about paying ridiculous prices for figures anyway. Take note, the only reason why I have any of these figures right here is because I paid less than $30 for all three of them. This I paid for half off. So Target was willing to see things my way after they saw the box, okay? And for those of you who are just tuning in to watch this was the box that this Prime came in, okay? The plastic window was literally hanging out of the box, all right? And the only reason I can tell you that is because here's the plastic window. This was what technically greeted me when I looked at this figure. I saw this, I saw the dents on the box, I saw the attempted thefts, the blatant attempted thefts, and I saw the fact that this had been cut multiple different times. Yeah, less than 30 for all three of them. These two I acquired at a department store here in the United States called Ross, which is the only reason why I was able to get them for so cheap. So, and if you know for those people who live in the United States and know what the department store Ross is, I commend you on knowing that, because hey, that is it's a great store. But at the same time, if you don't know what Ross is, it's pretty much where all of the excess product, where companies and department stores like Walmart and Kroger brands, at the very least here in the United States, Kroger brands, that's where they send all of their like excess stock of certain things. Like if it's food, if it's shelf, like if it's shelf stable food, they'll send it to Ross. If it's like a, yeah, damn, you should have refunded it or something. No, no, no. I'm not gonna refund it. Are you kidding me? That. Why would I refund a figure that I actually did kind of want? I had no intentions of picking it up for full price, but when Hasbro, or not Hasbro, but when Target literally says, "Oh, we're going to do our spring or summer clean out," usually what they do is they'll throw all the figures that they have way too much excess stock of, and or so what they'll do is they'll put it on clearance for like 10% off or 20% off. But if you manage to wait for a specific time and you're able to do it properly, you can get things for like 50% off, 60% off, 70% off. I ended up getting my War for Cybertron Sideswipe, to my knowledge. I think I got that one for like $7, $8 at Target because they had way too many of him. So, yeah. But, anyways, but take note, like I said, it was either an attempted scalping or it was a very, very terrible, terrible refund. So, because still came with the Matrix, still came with all the accessories, and he still looks pretty darn good, so I can't complain about that. So, yeah. Now, let's get this guy into his vehicle mode. So that way we can... That way we can do his review next week. So, yeah. There we go. There we go. They're supposed to connect right in there. That being said, I hope all of you guys are understandable about this. Yeah, breaking news. USA, a Transformers box is broken, yet the character is okay. I know, kind of shocking. I know, right? But anyways, that being said, apparently Earth was too too easy for Chuck Norris. So when the Grim Reaper asked permission to take him up to heaven, St. Peter just immediately welcomed him in. And then God challenged him to go defeat Satan, so now he is the ruler of hell. But in all seriousness, Chuck Norris passed away today, and I'm actually kind of sad about that. Man was one of the greatest professional fighters ever to set foot in a ring. I mean, the man was, I don't know how many degree black belt before the age of 2, but I'm just kidding. I don't know, but now it is with a heavy heart that Chuck Norris passed away today. The Walk of Texas Ranger is now walking his Texas range and up in the sky there. It's kind of depressing though that we lost one of the greatest fighters to ever live. I'm gonna be real with you. He was probably the only dude who probably could have defeated Jake Paul. Not the only dude who could have defeated Jake Paul. He probably would have killed Jake Paul. And let's be real, I think Jake Paul probably would have died. And I don't think the world would have batted a single tear when he did, or if he did. So, yeah. But then again, I am not the rest of the world, and I do not claim to know all of the things for people, so I'm not going to. There we go. Wish there was a panel to cover up these hands, but oh well. There we go. That's better. Ha! And there you have the Cybertronian weirdness that sits before you. So, yeah. But no, it's kind of a it's a bit of a sad day that Chuck Norris passed away, and we can't. There's take note. I gotta be honest with you though. When you die, I gotta be real with you. There's no better place to die than Hawaii. That's a great place to die. I'm gonna be real with you. The views there are just insanely gorgeous. So I don't think that was a bad place to go. I think that was probably one of the most amazing places that you can die. So, and this does not like to stay put. So. Okay, there we go. So, there's that. Yeah. All right. See you, but I will not leave until you say bye. I'm not leaving yet. Are you kidding me? We got loads of things to talk about here. Loads of things to talk about and discuss with the Transformer world. Like the fact that the first Studio Series Titan class is going to be coming out here in a couple of months. What are y'all thinking about that? I'm definitely stoked. That's for sure. That is definitely for sure. So, do not question that. So, but that being said, I got my as I say, I got my tax returns, so I'm going to be acquiring a couple items. So, yep. Going to be acquiring at least one or two things, that's for sure, because I definitely am going to be needing. There's a bunch of things that are going to be needing to happen. Like, for example, the first thing, really quickly, if you guys have not been paying attention, at the very least, to all of the news regarding some video games lately, a brand new Thomas the Tank Engine game came out. What time is it for you? It's currently 8 o'clock in the evening. You need to do a review on the Titan class tidal wave at some point. Nah, I'll pass. You sound tired. I'm always tired, so that's never gonna be. That's always gonna be that's gonna be a thing here. But I'm gonna pass on I'm gonna pass on tidal wave for two specific reasons. The first one is I didn't really collect Armada all that much, and I don't really care for Tidal Wave all that much. So I probably won't get him. But if I do get a Titan class, it's probably going to be Star Convoy. Because learning that he was the final Prime that I needed in order to complete the Age of the Primes collection is a little bit frustrating. But at the same time, it could be worse. So, but the new Reaper, I am always tired. I'm always tired, my friend. I'm always tired. So, but yeah. But anyways, now that I got a decent chunk on my tax return, I don't have to worry about having to sell certain things. I'm still gonna sell certain things, but I don't need to. There's certain things I don't need to keep. So, yeah. Honestly, I can agree with that statement. Yeah, I'm always tired for sure. So, but that being said, I gotta say, when they eventually do their summer clear out, when they do their big summer blowout, once eventually they do that, then I guarantee you this guy, Megatron, and I can also guarantee that Mixmaster, along with the potential of Alpha Trion as well. I have a feeling that you'll be able to go and get them for about maybe $15-20 a piece. Why you get no sleep, or just cause? Because I can. I'm a college student. I'm always tired. who has time for sleep? Who has time for that? But No, that's the plan. So, hmm although I will say this, I do like the fact that this Optimus Prime does have the blast effects on his gun. So yeah, I was gonna say for those of you who did not notice, place this right here. So, but something I'm actually really stoked about too is that I'm actually really excited because tomorrow I'm probably gonna go get a Switch 2. So people that are in their 70s or 60s, I'm not in my 60s or my 70s, dude. I'm in my 20s. Bro, do these hands look geriatric to you? It's okay though, but I'm not in my 60s or 70s, bro. I'm in my 20s for sure. For sure. Heck, I just went to NostalgiaCon last week where they were celebrating the decades of the 70s, or not the 70s, the 90s and the early 2000s. So, yeah, that was my era. And take note, I also dressed up as Sir Topham Hatt from Thomas the Tank Engine. So it was a lot of fun. So, you can't complain about that. Not to mention I also got a copy of Pokemon Omega Ruby with quite a few event Pokemon that were still in there, and I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist. So I was just people saying people in that age group have time to sleep. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. I was gonna say if you're in your 50s and you sleep, you are you definitely have acquired some form of peace that nobody else has. So yeah. That being said, if you guys don't forget, please do not forget to subscribe. I really do appreciate it because definitely helps out my channel. Because tomorrow we've got this guy's review coming out, and then probably next week we'll have this guy's review coming out, and then I'll probably do another live stream either this weekend or next. Now I'll probably do it next weekend, but anyways, I'll do that next weekend so that way we can space a few things out. But next week I'll probably do I'm gonna definitely next week unbox Hound, the More Than Meets the Eye Hound, that's for sure. So I'm definitely gonna do that, that's for sure. So yeah, I already did that. Yeah, I know you did. That's congratulations on doing that before I did. Everybody kind of has, but that's because I've been strapped for cash lately and things are just a little tight. Things have been tight, but now that I got my tax return, I can I can at the very least get a couple things taken care of, including figures. So definitely not going to complain about that anymore. But yeah, but I will say this though. This Prime is probably going to stay in my collection because it's going to sit on a shelf, and it's probably going to sit on a shelf with this guy and this guy. So that's probably how that's going to go down. Excuse me. So no, I meant sub. Oh, you good? You good? Oh, you already did that. Well, hey, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. No worries. No worries. No worries, man. No worries. We all make mistakes. We all do things. Are you kidding me? I've made plenty of mistakes, but I I try not to hold it against myself sometimes. So, yeah. All right, we'll leave the floor open for anybody who wants to comment and wants to talk, because y'all know if you do comment, you do get shouted out at the end of the stream, and that is a rule I have always kept, and I have never failed to do so. Winter Knight and Zaga and Oreo know that to be true. So, that is the case. Yeah. So, yeah, you're right. I have never once broken that promise of shouting people out at the end of the streams. And provided you're a decent person and you come to enough streams, like I usually try to count in concurrent streams about 3 to 4. If you're concurrent of that, I consider you a fan. If you have been showing up for at least 20 streams or more, I consider you family. So yeah. And if you've only shown up for just your very first stream, well, guess what? You, sir, at the end of my stream are considered a friend. So anybody who shows up to the stream is considered a friend to me. Also, any animal lovers, you are also more than welcome to stay as well, because we love our animals here. Our channel Animal Toast is floating around here somewhere. He just got himself to the groomers the other day, so I was gonna say now real quickly. Does anybody ever have this problem with their cat, where their cat literally will just act like a complete crazy nut for you, but only for you? And then you take them to like the vet, or you take them to the groomer, or you take them to somebody who's supposed to be bettering the cat's life on your behalf. They just act like it's no big deal, that they love the person. My cat loves the groomer. Okay, he sits down in the bathtub while he's getting brushed and is getting washed. I have never met another cat in my life who has done this. It is the strangest thing on planet Earth. If you're just joining in, welcome, welcome. If you do comment, do not forget to comment, because if you do, you get shouted out at the end. So don't forget that. So yeah, let's see, y'all. That being said, did you guys hear about the potential for a fourth Mummy movie with Brandon Fraser? Oh my gosh, if that's the case, I will be in heaven. Dude, the Brandon Fraser career comeback is insane. Literally, I cannot believe this is the thing that frustrates me about Hollywood is they blacklist certain actors and actresses, and some of them have zero reason to be blacklisted. Like Brandon Fraser, that was something that was just I don't understand why they blacklisted him in any form of reason with any reason. There was no almost zero reason for them to blacklist him. There was almost zero reason for that to happen. And the reason I say that is because Mummy 1 and Mummy 2 are the reason why certain people have careers, okay? It's the reason why what's her name? Was it Rachel Weisz? I think it was Rachel Weisz has a career, and it's why Dwayne the Rock Johnson has a career. A lot of people don't think about that when they think about Dwayne the Rock Johnson. When they think about Dwayne Johnson, they always think, "Oh, WWE," and "Oh, he started from the bottom up," and blah blah blah. No, he did not. Let me explain what really happened here. Brandon Fraser, while yes, Dwayne Johnson was making some form of waves in the wrestling world, he still needed some form of way to captivate a larger audience. And so he was trying to get a movie called The Scorpion King made, and when production just kept falling through, they never really were able to talk with him, they could never get him to negotiate. And then all of a sudden, Brandon Fraser said, "You know what? Why don't we put him in a movie?" And then they did, The Mummy Return of the Scorpion King. That that one was a very good movie because it was also conjunctioning with the Scorpion King movie that was coming out alongside it. So you had the Scorpion King, and then you could immediately go, okay, I am done seeing the Scorpion King. I want to go see the Mummy. And then you would get your ticket to go see the Mummy, and then the Mummy had the Scorpion King in it. And I was like, oh, that's a cool little reference, but neato. So then you see, and they had the same actors and all that other stuff for it in that movie as they did for this one. To which I like that they did that, and I'm stoked that they're going to do a fourth Mummy movie. However, what really frustrated me is I'm also one of the people who enjoyed Mummy Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, which was really, really well done. Okay? Take note, that was a Hail Mary for Brendan Fraser. It really was. That movie was such a Hail Mary, they did not know what to do. So, yeah. Alright, well, I think we are going to end the stream here because it seems like not a lot of people are showing up here to do much, but I will do my usuals here. So, please do not forget to check out Zaga and Oreo. Do not forget to check out the new Reaper R5Y. Do not forget to check out Winter Night 17 because, they're all some regulars here. And do not forget to check out Riveted Railfan, Riveted Reviews, Alexander Rothschild, Jordy's Rail Videos, Patrick's Voice Rail, Kitten Cat 999, Lemon Lime Studios, Trooster Tube, and Sentinel Edits, as they are some friends, fans, and family of the show. So please do not forget to go check all of them out, and be on the lookout for this guy's review. It's coming out later tomorrow evening. Tomorrow evening at about 11:30, this guy's review goes live, so don't forget to come by and check that out as well. And also, do not forget to be on the lookout for this guy's review, and don't forget to check out that dude's review as well, because, hey, there are always some good figures, so do not forget to check out all of that. And this is Thomas Fan01 saying, do not forget to subscribe for more content, leave a like on this video, and do not forget to keep playing with your toys. Goodbye.